Alright, here we are. Here's how I fixed my ED-209's floppy legs. Alright, first thing I did was, I wasn't sure the legs were attached on. I didn't want to go pulling on them and trying to rip them off and all that. So, if you have it, you're going to notice that you can see all four screw holes for the leg assembly right there. However, you can only get to the bottom two. The top two you just can't quite get to. You can see them. You can almost see them, but you cannot get in there without really messing up your head. So, and since I wasn't sure I was attached and all that, which turned out to be like a single screw, which I'm glad I didn't try to force the head around to where I could possibly get to these screws. I said, you know what, I'm going to take it apart. So I just took out 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. This fifth one here in the middle is the battery cover, obviously. I took it off just in case there was something underneath there, or just to relieve some of the stress from the on the back. I wasn't sure exactly where that split line was. And then took that apart. So let me go ahead and turn my Ed here back over. Let me show you. Here's the little center screw in the middle. This is actually, whoop, wherever it went. This is actually what's holding on your legs to the upper part of the thing. Here's the just to show you the where the split is on the back. So that's where mine hung up. So you kind of see where the split is on there. So just kind of pull apart right there. It's only held on those 4 screws. That's the upper portion right there. Kind of set this off to the side. And then you're left with this. And not the dust and crap over there, but this. See that big hole in the middle? That's where the screw goes. And it's going to go into the screw right here. I just showed you the big flange on it. It goes into the top of your legs. Right there. Alright. So I took that off, and now you can get to your legs really easy. And I'd advise to do this even though I realized that after I realized the legs just pop off. I'd still advise to go ahead and take this guy apart just so you're not beating the crap out of the upper portion, because that has your electronics, your arms. Most of the stuff you're going to see first on this guy when he's on the shelf or whatever. It's on the upper part of this that I have disassembled here. So, yeah, so the legs just pop off. They're just a little socket. It's a little split tension style plug that goes in there. And then to actually fix it, I was going to wedge some plastic in there and keep that thing kind of pried apart a little bit, but it just wasn't going to work. And after working on my ATSTs that Hasbro put out in the past 5 years or whatever, like it works on those only because it's like more of a complicated system. But this one, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go simple. So I just went through and I coated it. If you can see the sheen on there, a little shiny. I just took some super glue and just took a toothpick and just kind of smeared it around evenly all the way around the entire, both sides of the thing. I didn't worry about the bulbous part there, just the actual, I don't know, shaft or whatever that goes in there, because that's the part that's rubbing. Because when you look inside the leg, which has there's a hexagonal shaped hole, you can kind of tell. You can see inside there, if I can get the light inside it, get the camera to where it's looking in there, you can kind of see where the socket essentially ends, and then that's where the bigger part of the leg connector pops in there. And so you don't really need anything on that part, because it's not even going to be causing any tension. It's just there to literally just hold the leg in, whereas the friction from the post that goes in here is what is going to be holding up your Ed. So I just took some super glue, wrapped it around or smeared it around there. Got some zip kicker, or you can just wait. You can wait, like I'd wait like 24 hours or 8 hours at least. Let it dry, and pop the leg on. So let me put this guy back together, and I'll show you how it is now. Alright, got the legs popped onto the lower torso, crotch piece, hips, whatever you want to call it, that hang down below Ed there. And as you can see before, if you watch my other video, you could pick Ed up and the legs would just flop. Well, now they're not flopping. These things are on there good. Well, they're good, whatever. And they still move. This one's a little bit looser than the other one, which I might take it back off to put a little more super glue on there. But this one actually kind of clicks with the hexagon shape inside there. So But both of them together will definitely support your ED without any problem. So there you go, simple fix. Didn't take a lot. I was a little extra cautious, disassembling the whole thing, but I think it was worth it. And so there you go. At least you got to see the inside of ED. You got to see ED getting fixed, and hopefully you guys hopefully your legs aren't floppy. But if they are, now you know how to fix them. So thanks for watching, and keep playing with your toys. Alright, just wanted to show, or attempt to show you me putting ED back together here. So let me get my all straps and wires and stuff that I got hanging off here. So yeah, I got the big hole in the middle that we're going to be mainly concerned about. If you look there, it has the little small screw hole with the shaft, whatever around it, thing that fits inside there. So what I'm going to do, because I'm doing this one-handed, is I'm going to drop my screw in, like so. There it is right there, in place. And I'm going to set the camera right here. And we're going to go ahead and try to adjust this a little bit, like so. Back it up a little bit. Alright. So, hopefully you can kind of still see this, but I'm going to go ahead and put my screwdriver onto my screw. And then I'm going to set it down on top of here. Hopefully I get it close-ish. Or not. Alright, so we're going to take this little center hole right here. And you can kind of see this little pin sticking up right there. It has a screw hole in the middle of it. I'm going to line this up. Like so. Hopefully you can still see there. Not really. See if we can angle this a little bit better. There we go. Got Ed kind of hanging out on his heels almost. But screwdriver's supposed to be magnetic. But it's not really. I'm gonna put down the arm flaps here so I can get my big fat hands in there. Yeah, so just gotta go through and get this sucker in there. Oh, come on now. Making this look way harder than it actually is. Trying to think if I got another screwdriver that'll fit this that has got a really good magnet. But anyway, you just got to screw this screw in here. And then once you get this in, you just drop the top on it. Make sure you don't pinch any wires. There we go. Let the screw do the work. You don't want to be pushing down on it too hard. Just enough to keep it from bouncing around in the screw head there. And let's get a little bit of tension on it. So we're not. There we go. That's it right there. I might just try do one more thing, another quarter turn or eighth of a turn. But main thing is get these wires out of the way. And this, my chip right there, my board, is just loose, just flopping around in there. So I'm going to leave it like it is. Just going to drop those down out of the way. Then I'm going to put the top on. So let me get the top. Got the top kind of going in here. That little panel goes in between. Kind of line everything up. Make sure I don't have any wires getting pinched. Everything looks good on the back. Everything looks good on the front. And we have the halves on there. I just got to flip this boy over. And put the screws in. I think there's one already trapped in there. But yeah, that's essentially it. You just got to pop the screws in the front. And there's two in the back there. Figure out where my camera's pointing right there. That's not them. They're there way down there. Yeah, right there and there. So there you go. That's it. That's all there is for Ed.